If you've taken the time to learn some basic combos but still struggle to switch to the style or weapon you're looking for during combat, then this video might be helpful to you. The concept I'm about to show you is applicable to other DMC games, but I'm using DMC4 as an example here for specific reasons I'll get into later. Let's have a look at a relatively simple combo. Pay attention to how it begins and how it ends. Now, this of course is enough to defeat the enemy, but there is a slight problem. You see how my loadout currently looks. Gunslinger, Shotgun, Gilgamesh. This can feel strange if you typically rely on Million Stab to create your offensive plays, like I did at the beginning. If you finish a combo equipped with gear you're not comfortable using, and you try to immediately go on the offensive again in the same way you did before, it's likely you'll end up doing the wrong move. This happens every now and again when we drop combos, but it's particularly common when we're just starting to get used to style and weapon switching. We instinctively make certain decisions without noticing we haven't selected the right tools for the job. One way we can address this is to think of a combo as part of a larger sequence or routine, where you want to ensure that your play starts and finishes in a position where you can easily adapt and respond to any kind of threat. In other words, initiate the play in your comfort zone and finish it in your comfort zone. So for this example, I feel comfortable fighting the Scarecrow when I'm equipped with Trickster, Rebellion, and Ebony and Ivory. This is what works for me. Maybe you'd prefer having Pandora. It's up to you. The most important thing is that whatever the Scarecrow decides to do, with this loadout, I'll know what my options are. My objective is to destroy this Scarecrow as stylishly as I can, and then somehow return to this comfort zone after having defeated it. To accomplish this, I'll have to extend the sequence beyond just that combo. So let's have a look at that. The main difference this time is that I'm doing the combo while setting up my loadout for my next play. For this reason, I'm switching to Lucifer after Full House, even though I'm not going to use Lucifer again in this combo. This is just to make it a little easier for me to get to Rebellion. I change my style to Trickster after firing the shotgun, then I do an air hike and Skystar. These are included in the sequence to buy me some time as I cycle through my weapons. Additionally, if there were multiple enemies here, my character would be kept out of harm's way. By the time I get back to the ground, my equipment is exactly as I want it to be, and I'm ready to go on the offensive again should the opportunity present itself. You don't have to do this exactly as I did here. Again, this is just what works for me. This is particularly helpful for beginners because it can take a while to become comfortable initiating plays with every weapon combination. So this provides a way to quickly transition from one play to the next using equipment that already feels familiar to you. Managing Dante's equipment like this is uniquely important in Devil May Cry 4 because Dante in this game is a fragmented character, no doubt as a result of this game's troubled development. He is an incredibly powerful character, but his power is divided amongst his many tools. Whereas in Devil May Cry 5, with his kit being generally more complete, not only do you have more moves that can have a devastating impact on their own, you also have moves that fulfill similar functions. For instance, weapons like Balrog and Cerberus having moves that can act as a gap closer not too dissimilar to Rebellion's Million Stab. In Devil May Cry 4, this kind of overlap isn't as prevalent. Instead, weapons do very specific things, and their effectiveness can vary dramatically depending on the situation. That's one of the reasons style and weapon switching can feel much more awkward in this game, even though Dante technically has less moves. I wanted to draw attention to this concept of equipment management because I feel like the strategic components of Devil May Cry are often neglected by beginners. And this is a mistake I made myself when I wanted to get better at playing Dante. In my eagerness to do the things I thought looked cool, I put far too much emphasis on practicing execution and learning advanced techniques. This turned out to be a mistake because I ended up overlooking the importance of having a solid plan and learning the fundamentals of the game. As a result, despite having spent considerable amount of time practicing combos, I failed to create situations where I could actually use those combos. In summary, don't make the same mistake I made, and don't think of combos as the only important aspect of your gameplay. What you do before and after a combo is fundamental to getting that combo to work in the first place.